Every 3 seconds, another set of passwords is stolen somewhere on Earth. Your bank login, your email, your entire digital identity, for sale before you even know it's gone. And yet, we keep typing the same 7 letters and numbers into screens that can barely protect them. For half a century, the password has been the gatekeeper of the internet, and its greatest flaw. But something monumental is happening behind the login screens of Apple, Google, and Microsoft. Passwords aren't just dying, they're being erased entirely. Imagine unlocking every aspect of your digital life without typing a single character. No codes, no SMS, no forgot password, loops. Instead, your face, your fingerprint, or a tiny cryptographic key does the work instantly. This is the biggest shift in digital identity since the birth of the internet. A world where mathematics and biometrics replace human memory, where phishing is impossible and data breaches lose their most lucrative target. You. The password era is ending in real time. Billions of accounts are already crossing into a post-password future. But what's replacing it isn't just more secure, it's mind-bending in its simplicity. Because the next phase of cybersecurity doesn't ask you to remember anything. It learns who you are. But how does a system prove you're you without ever asking you to say so? Let's be honest, passwords were never security. They were a slow-motion disaster we all pretended to survive. Think about it. One string of characters guards your money, your career, and your private life. Hackers don't need to break banks anymore. They just break people. And they're winning by numbers that are almost unbelievable. 7,000 password attacks per second. 16 billion credentials for sale on dark web markets. One global breach cascade every 9 months on average. The truth is brutal. Passwords don't fail because of bad encryption. They fail because humans touch them. We reuse simplified phrases, pick our birthday plus an exclamation mark, and fall for phishing links between meetings. Systems aren't attacked as machines. They're attacked as people. For half a century, corporations threw money at this illusion of control. The average company spends $2,700 per employee each year just resetting forgotten passwords. Entire help desks exist because we can't remember our own defenses, and the cost curve is exploding. Each credential breach now costs $4.88 million on average, almost $5 million for a single digital door left unlocked. Added up across industries, and you're looking at hundreds of billions in annual losses, all traced to a 60-year-old hack from MIT that was never meant for an internet-scale world. In short, the password was the weakest link in the strongest networks. And now, for the first time since its creation, we finally have a replacement that doesn't rely on human memory at all. But if you don't type a secret to sign in, how does the system know it's really you? The answer is mathematical magic, and it's already in your pocket. Here's the crazy part. The future doesn't make you more secure by adding steps. It makes you secure by removing them. When you type a password, you're sending a secret across the internet that someone else has to store. That's 2 targets to protect and infinite chances to fail. Passkeys and biometrics rewrite that rule completely. Instead of storing a shared secret, your device creates 2 keys, one public, one private. The private key never leaves your device. It's this locked and secure chip called a Trusted Platform Module or Secure Enclave. The public key? That goes to the website or app you've registered with. Now, picture what happens when you log in. The site sends a unique challenge, a mathematical handshake request. You look into your camera or touch your fingerprint sensor. Your device signs a challenge with your private key, proving your identity without ever revealing anything secret. The service verifies it against your public key and lets you in. No credentials cross the wire. No password to phish. No database full of login bombs waiting to explode. Even if a breach leaks every public key on Earth, they're useless without the private keys in your devices. This is the power of FIDO2 and WebAuthn, the global standards backed by Apple, Google, and Microsoft. Face ID, Windows Hello, and YubiKeys. They're all interfaces to the same cryptographic system. The math authenticates you. Your body just starts it. It feels like magic, but it's pure physics and mathematics at work. Proofs so precise they make guessing impossible. And the shift isn't just about tech. It's about psychology. The world is learning to trust machines more than memory. That trust comes from numbers, and from one startling result you'll want to remember. Because these systems don't just outperform passwords, they obliterate them. Here's the part everyone gets wrong. Passwordless doesn't just make you safer, it changes who owns your identity. For the first time in internet history, you no longer hand your secrets to a company and hope they don't lose them. Your credentials aren't in a password database someone can steal. They live in your hands, literally. Your face, your fingerprint, and your device's cryptographic chip become your keys. And machines are getting so good at this that even the concept of logging in is starting to disappear. AI-driven continuous authentication tracks context, your typing rhythm, your location, and the microsecond timing of how you hold a phone. When those signals deviate from your usual pattern, access shifts or locks instantly. Security becomes alive, not a wall but a pulse. That's the twist. The password is dead, and in its place we're getting something closer to a digital nervous system. Phishing emails bounce off it. Credential stuffing dies because there's nothing to stuff. Even massive data breaches lose their value because public keys alone are useless math artifacts. Apple says its users log in 6 times faster with passkeys than with passwords. Amazon reports a 93% drop in account takeovers. Microsoft made passwords optional for hundreds of millions of users and watched phishing success rates collapse below 1%. The real shock is the unity it took to get here. Arch rivals Apple, Google, and Microsoft agree on open standards, so your Face Unlock on iOS can authenticate you on a Windows laptop or an Android browser. That's the moment a technology becomes inevitable. But the final shift won't just remove passwords. It will erase the very act of logging in, because the next phase of authentication isn't visible at all. It's ambient. The password was born in 1962 to protect a single mainframe. It dies in the 2020s because it can no longer protect an entire planet. From now on, your identity travels with you, embedded in biometric proof and cryptographic mathematics. The phrase, "Forgot password?" will soon read like a museum label from the age of digital insecurity. And this time, security won't mean trade-offs or friction. It'll mean fluency. You unlock systems not with what you know, but with who you are. Still, no revolution comes without new battles. As our biometrics replace our passwords, the stakes shift from data theft to identity theft at the biological level. Hackers won't just chase databases. They'll target devices, chips, and AI models that recognize our faces and voices. The next cyber war won't be fought over password lists. It'll be fought over trust itself. Your part in this future is simple but essential. Embrace passwordless systems early. Understand how your credentials work, and demand transparency from the companies that guard them. Trust isn't automatic. It's the new currency of cyber life. Because when authentication fades into the background, only one question remains in the foreground. Who do you trust to decide when you're really you? In our next CyberShield Hub briefing, we'll expose the invisible threat, how AI deepfakes attack the new authentication era. You'll see how synthetic faces and voices are the latest weapons against biometric security, and what defenses are rising to fight back. The password is gone. The future is trust, and trust, like data, must be secured.